Hey, good morning. So the theme of this morning's class, today's class, is to take up space. So we will take up space on our mats, we'll take up space within our bodies, and we will open space for our minds, just to allow good thoughts, positive energy to enter in. So we are making space for the good and sending out the negative. So this is a slow flow variation class, just digging into our chest and the heart, opening up the throat area, then expansive, lots of expansive movements here. So welcome, we'll start in seated easy pose. So a cross-legged position, and then really ground down through the tailbone. Allow your buttocks, your sits bones to spread apart. And then maybe you just find some movement back and forth, rocking. Good. And then you can just take your hands and separate here. Good. So pulling the sits bones apart. So you are really grounding down. And then take hands to the tops of the thighs. Open up palms and taking on a mudra. So a mudra is a specific hand variation. We are going to be doing thumb and index finger. And go ahead and create space. So spread the other fingertips and ground down. Press down through the knees, draw the shoulder blades down, and invite the warm breath to come and enter the body here. Inhale and exhale. Good. Do 4 more rounds on your own. From here, open up your eyes and just noticing any feelings. Do you feel a little bit lighter? Do you feel that you have more space? That when you breathe, taking it in and sending the breath out, was space created here? Let's do that again. This time we take thumb and middle finger. 5 full rounds of breath. Now connect thumb to ring finger. 5 full breaths in and out. And finally, thumb to pinky finger. Good. 5 breaths here. Good. Opening up the eyes, release the hands. So we are going to invite pranayama. Pranayama is breath work. We're going to incorporate pranayama with mudra. So this pranayama is specific for mental clarity. So opening up the mind. We'll connect thumb to index finger, thumb to middle finger, thumb to ring finger, thumb to pinky as we breathe. So thumb to ring, or thumb to index, thumb to middle, thumb to ring, thumb to pinky. Use your breath here and move through a couple rounds just on your own. So starting with thumb and index finger. Final round. Good, breathe out. Inhale, sweep the arms arms up overhead. And exhale through heart center. Good. 2 more times. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale through heart center. Final one. Inhale, arms sweep up. And take it through heart center. Ground down through the right hand. Reach up and open with the left. Good. And then reversing. So left hand to the mat, right hand reaches over to stretch. So feel expansion from fingers all the way down to the hips, creating space here. Good. And let's just flow this back and forth. Maybe you create more space by dropping down to the forearm, really reaching over with those fingertips. So good. And as you reach over, see if you can ground down the right sits bone. Good. Let's take one last round. Good. Sit up nice and tall, hands to the tops of the thighs. Let's inhale, chest forward. Good. And begin to move around the clock. As you draw back, find a cat-like posture, so rounding the spine, chin to chest. Then inhale over the left, come forward as if you're opening up into cow variation. Good. Then round into cat. And reverse directions. Come up nice and tall. Let's windshield wiper the legs out. So okay, taking hands to the backs of the glutes behind the seat. And then just a wide windshield wiper here. Okay, so the next time you're over to the right side, drop the legs over, the knees over. So we're coming into deer posture. So the sole of the right foot planted the left thigh. And you can flex through those left toes. Maybe you take up some more space here, or you send them directly behind you. Sit up nice and tall. Go ahead and reach that right hand out to the side. And then left hand reaches overhead. Good, if you have the space, you can drop down to the forearm. And inhale, coming back up to center. Reach through the fingertips. And then walk the hands forward. So we're digging into the hips here. Good. You can continue reaching with an open chest, or maybe you drop crown of the head, forehead to the mat. Wonderful, walking the hands back up. Let's do that one more time. Right hand grounds, left hand reaches over. Inhale, hands to center. And exhale, hinge forward. Really press into the palms of the hands here. Send the sits bones back. Good. And then walking the hands back up to center. Let's windshield wiper out the legs. So nice wide wipers here. Good. And the next time you're at the left side, dropping them off to the left. So finding deer pose, it's the S curve. Good, on the left side. We'll inhale, reach the hands up. And then exhale, left hand plants down, reach over with the right. Good, if you want to take up some space here, you can come down to the forearm. Full side body expansion here. Good, inhale up to center, fingertips reach to the top. And then exhale, hinge forward. So remember that you can be up tall, or you create space here, reaching forward. Wherever you're at, just remembering to use the breath. Breathing in, and exhale, releasing out. Inhale, walking the hands back up. Let's do that one more time. Left hand grounds, right hand reaches over. Inhale, hands reach up. And then exhale, hinge forward. Good, walking those hands back up, coming tall. Windshield back right out, side to side. Good. So let's find child's pose. So our big toes come together, knees apart. Sink the hips down toward the heels. If they don't meet, if you're up high, that's fine. But continue to walk the hands forward. And then sit back. Good. And then let's take 5 full breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. All right. So from child's pose, I want you to gaze up. Take palm to palm. So we call this prayer hand variation. And then bend through the elbows, taking this variation to the crown of the head. So you can ground the thumb tips to the top of the head. So check in and see how the shoulders feel here. Good. You can just rest the forehead back down. Good, reach those fingertips back up to the top of the mat. Exhale, let it out. Inhale, come up to tabletop. So tabletop, we stack here. Knees, or hips over knees. Shoulders over wrists. And start by finding the C curve. So looking off toward the right. So at the hip or at the heel. Good. Coming back to center. And we're just doing a few rounds here, back and forth. You can even be exaggerated with this. So maybe when you roll off and you look to the right, you drop that left hip down, come back to center, and activate through the right. Good. You can add in the elbows. So allow your body to be expressive here. Once again, we take up space. We make space. Good. Come back, neutral spine. Extend the right foot back. Press through the heel. And then touch it down to the left corner of the mat behind you. Good. Really dig into the toes here. Good. It's a beautiful elongated stretch. And then right knee will come to the right tricep, right elbow. Hold it here, round the back. Let's do that again. Send the right leg through, cross it over, touch it down to the left corner. Dig into the toes. And then right knee to the right tricep, right elbow. Good. And then just exhale, release to the mat. Let's take a few rounds of cats and cows. So inhale, chest opens, heart expands. And then exhale, tuck in the tailbone. Gaze through. Good. Few more here. Inhaling. And exhaling. Come back to neutral spine. Left foot presses back. And then tap it over to the right hand corner of the mat. Look off that right shoulder. Good. As you inhale, come through center. Taking left knee to left elbow. Then exhale, send it back. Cross it over to the right corner of the mat. Then inhale, knee to the elbow. your tabletop. And then finding extended puppy dog pose. So keep the hips high as you begin to walk the hands out. Good. Forehead can stay lifted or you ground down. And breathe through here. Notice how this pose feels to the shoulders. Perhaps you release the elbows down. Good. Inhale back to tabletop. So hands underneath the shoulders, wrists. And then coming into Hero Virasana. So draw the knees together. And allow the seat to come back. So if your sits bones, your tailbone is not flat to the mat, I'd encourage you to take a block or a pillow to prop up underneath, or just coming to that cross-legged position. Good. So you can stay here and sit up tall. If you have the space in the body, maybe you walk the hands back a bit. So fingertips face the toes. You can open chest. Variation next. Second variation is to drop down to the forearms. And your full Virasana variation is coming down to the spine, ground down through the thighs, the backs of the thighs, and then reach the hands overhead. Good. And then stay in your hero variation for 5 full breaths. Good, coming up nice and tall. And then finding tabletop once again. From tabletop, we'll inhale up to knee stand. So tall knee stand. Then bring hands to the hips here. I'll turn to face you. Extend the right leg out to the side. So you can flex through the toes or foot could be planted. Let's inhale, reach the arms up high, fingertips. And then send the right hand down that right leg, reaching over with the left. Good, inhale back to center. Left hand plants, right hand reaches overhead. And feel the lifting of the hip here. Good. Take the gaze off the right hand. So open chest. Inhale, reach back up. And then exhale, take wrists underneath the shoulders. Good. And then coming into a wide stance here. So maybe you walk the foot out more. You'll feel it digging through the hips. Good. Let's inhale, open chest. So coming to cow. Then exhale, round the spine to cat. Good. Taking a few more rounds here. Inhale, open chest. Exhale, round to cat. Now from here, coming into a wide-legged child's pose. So walking the hands out, shifting the hips back. Good, inhale, hands back underneath the shoulders and draw the right knee back underneath the right hip. Good. Let's come back up to knees stand, hands to the hips. This time, left foot grounds down, extending out to the side. Inhales, the hands reach up. Remember, you can flex through the toes or keep it flat. Left hand is gets sent down long, right hand reaches over. Good. Inhale, back up through center. Plant the right hand down, reach with the left. Good. Take the gaze off the left fingers. So open up the shoulder here. Don't dump down. Open. Inhale, reach back up. And then exhale, hands underneath the shoulders. And then take a few rounds of cats and cows here. And then begin to walk those hands out. Shift the hips back toward that right heel. So wide-legged child's pose. And as you inhale, coming back to tabletop. Good. And then curl toes under, find down dog. So in your down dog, tailbone is high. Your heels might not ever reach the mat, and that's fine. You just want to send energy down, root down through them, press down through them. Good. So tailbone is high, and then press into the L's of the fingers here. So through the index finger to the thumb, you want to be pressing down. Good. And continue to send the hips back. You can draw the elbows out slightly, so a bit of external rotation here. Drop the crown of the head. And then begin to bend through the knees, lifting up the heels. Good. So bring the tops of the thighs to your lower abdomen, your lower belly. Good. And then straighten back out. Send the hips high. Inhale, lift the heels, bend through the knees. Squat down here. So thighs to low abdomen. Good. Squatting dog. One more time. Straighten out those legs. Lift up through the heels, bend the knees. Connect. Connect into the body space here. Good. And then send it back. So let's take our feet out wide to the outer edges of the mat. And then left hand is going to draw in a bit to center. Right hand reaches back for that left ankle. So twisted dog. Look underneath the left armpit. Right elbow can bend. And then connecting back into down dog. Right hand grounds. Left hand reaches for that right ankle. Look underneath the right armpit here. Good. And then coming back to center. Let's come into a wide-legged high plank. So shifting the body forward, shoulders over the wrists. Good, hold it here. For 5, 4, continue to draw the heels over the toes so the upper body shifts forward. You can see the difference. When my heels are sent back and then when they're shifted forward, and you'll feel the difference too. Good, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop to the knees here, come back to tabletop, and then find child's pose. Inhale through tabletop, down dog. Right leg lifts, then roll open. So knees up towards the sky, and then you circle out the toes. Good. Crown of the head can be down, or you can look up. Maybe taking some circles here, nods, yes and no's. So incorporating the entire body into this variation. Good. Now let's draw the right knee into the chest, square off the hips. And then look between the hands. Press that right foot down, step it down. And then sink into a low lunge. Drop the left knee. Good. Now I want you to interlace your fingers. And then press them down to the right thigh. And come up to a 90-degree bend. So knee over ankle. The back leg, hip over knee. Good. And then sink back down. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale, tall. Exhale, sink. Inhale, tall. Exhale, sink. Now sweep the arms up. Good. So create space here as you sweep them up. Open, open, open chest here. You can drop into a cactus arm variation. Good. And then inhale back, Ajjanasana, crescent moon. Connect palm to palm. And then exhale. exhale, hands to the inside of the right foot. So we are finding lizard lunge. So in the lizard lunge, you want the chest open and forward, gazing off the tip of the nose. Hug the knee into the shoulder here. You can stay tall arms, or maybe you drop down to those forearms. Good. Let's stay for 5. If you want to activate here, you can even lift that left knee. Good. 3 more full breaths. And then coming back to tall arms. So right leg gets set back nice and high, bend, roll open, circle out here, and release to the mat. Good. Finding the variation on the left. Left leg lifts, bend, roll open, circle out those toes. You can shake out the head. Yeses and no's. Good. And then go ahead, square off the hips. Draw the knee into the chest. Gaze between the hands as that left foot plants down. Right knee to the mat. Good. Now as you inhale into that low lunge, left knee is over left ankle, right hip is over right knee. Interlace those hands, press them into the left thigh, and then exhale, sink down. Good. So you see how the hips get sent forward. Inhale, come up tall. Exhale, sink down. Good. One more time here. Inhale, tall. Exhale, sink. Good. Inhale as the hands sweep up overhead. And then exhale them open. You can find cactus arm variation. So notice the back bend that I'm taking here as well as chest expansion. Good. Then inhale up, crescent moon. Good. So once again, not allowing the lower abdomen just to roll out, to sink out. Be active in this pose. Engage it here. Good. One more breath. And then exhale as your hands come to the inside of the left foot, finding your lizard lunge variation. Remember, you can lift through the right knee, activate it, or drop down to those forearms. 5 full rounds of breath. Good. Inhale, coming up to tall arms if you're on those forearms. Curl the right toes under, left leg kicks back, bend, roll open. And then release to the mat. Good. So walking the feet up to meet the backs of the wrists, finding ragdoll. Take a nice bend through the knees, belly to the thighs. Hands can grab opposite elbows. And then just shake out here. Some of you rotate over to the right and the left. Or you find stillness. So ragdoll variation. Helping to release out the low spine, strengthen the backs of the thighs. Those hammies. Good. Now as we inhale, I want you to sweep the arms up overhead, reaching up high, tall Tadasana. So in this tall mountain, interlace the hands and then flip the palms and then reaching over to the right. So once again, side body expansion is happening here. Good. And come back to center. And then over to the left. Good. Let's do this again. Taking it through center and to the right. Center and to the left. Good. Inhale, allow the arms to graze the sides, sweep it back up. And then exhale, forward fold, hinging. Inhale to halfway lift. As we plant the hands, step back to high plank. So we'll take it modified to begin. Exhale, drop to the knees, chest and chin. Inhale up, baby cobra, or an up dog. Exhale, toes curl under, down dog. Look to the top of the mat, step, hop, or float forward. Inhale, pick up halfway. Exhale, fold. Rise up mountain, and right back down we go. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hand, step, hop, float back, high plank. Exhale, down low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back down dog. Full round of breath. Look to the top of the mat, step up or float forward. Inhale, pick up halfway. Exhale, fold. Rise up, mountain pose. And right back down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, pick up halfway. Blend the hands, step back, travel through vinyasa. Inhaling up dog. Exhale back, down dog. Good, full breath here. Look to the top of the mat, step up, over, float forward. Inhale, pick up halfway, exhale, fold. Rise up, mountain pose. And exhale, hands to heart. Wonderful. Good. So round down now. Thumb space. Or thumbs into the heart space. Good. Root down through the feet. We'll take 3 full breaths here. So open up the chest. Draw the shoulder blades down the spine. Bring in your Uddiyana Bandha, so the core lock. Taking belly button to the back of the spine. Standing up nice and tall here. Good. From here, we'll step back to tall crescent. Left foot steps back. Inhale as the arms sweep up overhead. And then exhale, cactus. Good. In, reach. Exhale to cactus. Final one. Inhale, reach. And exhale to cactus. Hold here. So as you're holding in your crescent cactus, work to lengthen out the back leg. Bring the heel over the toes. Bend through that right knee. So take space here on your mat. Then with the chest open, breathe it in. So gather in. Inhaling the oxygen. And then sending it through the body here. So filling up, inflating those lungs. Good, one more breath. And then let's open to warrior 2. So in warrior 2, we come from the closed hip to the open hip variation. Fingertip to fingertip. Gaze off those right fingers. Good. Flip the palm, reverse warrior. Then exhale, send yourself down to the mat. And left foot steps up to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Right foot steps back. Tall crescent. Inhale as those arms sweep up. Exhale them open. Good. A few more times. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, open. Final one. Inhale, reach the fingertips. Reach for the sky. Exhale, open. So as you sit and deepen into your cactus crescent, lengthen through that back right leg, sink in here. So take up space. Find that back bend. Squeeze the seat. Scissor the thighs together. Good. And then open. Warrior 2. Good. Gaze off the left middle finger. Flip the palm. Reverse warrior. And then exhale. Take it to the mat. Right foot steps up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up to mountain. And exhale, hands to heart. Good. Let's do that again. Left foot steps back. Inhale up, tall crescent. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, cactus. Good. Inhale, tall crescent. Exhale, cactus. Open to warrior 2. Flip palm, reverse warrior. And then exhale, left foot to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Right foot steps back, tall crescent. Remember, all 10 toes face forward. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale to cactus. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to cactus. Open up the hips. Warrior 2. Inhale, flip the palm, reverse your warrior. So remember, as you send the right arm down, Be light on the right leg. So not pressing into it, opening here. Good. And then exhale, hands to the mat. Her right foot steps up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Hang out here. Separate the feet hip width distance apart. Take the 2 peace fingers around the big toes. Inhale, up halfway. And then exhale, fold down. Good, one more time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold on down. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Once again, find the side body stretch. So interlace all 10 fingers, except we take on another mudra. So index fingers are up, thumbs are up. Good. And then reaching over to the right. So creating side body space and center. Send it over to the left and center. One more time here. Take it to the right and center. And then over to the left and center. Exhale, release the hands down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Left foot steps back, rise up, tall crescent. Then exhale, open into cactus arm variation. From cactus arm, right hand reaches back for that left thigh. Finding peaceful warrior. So left arm, left fingers are sweeping back. Good. See if you can sink into this lunge here. One more breath. And then opening to warrior 2. Flip the palm, reverse warrior. And then exhale, modified side angle. So right forearm to that left thigh. Open up here. Good. Fingertips are reaching for the sky. And if you'd like, you can take that right hand to the mat. But continuing to stay open here, not allowing the left shoulder to drop down. One more breath. And as you inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, release it to the mat. Left foot steps up to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Right foot steps back. Inhale, rise up, tall crescent. Exhale, cactus arm open. Left hand reaches back for that right thigh. Then reach that right hand overhead as you deepen into this back bend variation. Peaceful warrior. Then inhale, warrior 2. Flip the palm, reverse. And then exhale, left forearm to the left thigh. Opening up. Modified side angle. If you'd like, you can root it down to the mat. Gazing off the right fingertips. One more time, let's inhale to reverse. And then exhale to the top of the mat. Right foot to meet the left. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. And then from here, step back to high plank. Let's hold this high plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop to your knees. Child's pose. Good. And inhaling as you come up once again to that knee stand. We will take on camel pose. So we work into our camel in steps. So I want you to bring the hands forward, connect palm to palm, just as so. Okay. So in camel, keeping hips over knees. Let's open up to the right. And so gaze off the right fingertips. Come back to center, and then open up to the left. Good. Come to center. Let's take a few more rounds with breath flowing here as you open. here, let's just sit back to our heels. Inhale, coming back up tall. Now taking your thumbs, pressing them just to the hip creases. So in toward the spine. And I want you to draw the shoulder blades down, elbows back. And then just begin to open the chest here. So you might incorporate into that back bend slightly. Drop the head, lift the chin. Good, let's stay for 3 full breaths. And then dropping back to the heels. Good, inhale, rise back up. Let's take half camel. So remember, tops of the feet can be to the mat or toes can be curled under. Reaching that right hand for the right ankle. And if you don't have the space to connect to the right ankle, you can simply keep your right hand at the right side. And then go ahead and reach the left arm back. If you have a block, you can prop it up next to the ankle to support the hand. Good. Let's hold for 1 more breath here. And then draw the chest forward. And then taking chin to chest, sit back. You might notice as you come out of these camels, some people experience nausea or just a rise of emotion. That's totally normal as you're opening up the heart space, opening up the throat chakra, heart chakra. So lots of happening in this pose. All right, left hand to the left ankle. You can take that right hand to the hip as you reach back or extend, reaching. So creating space here. One more breath. And then as you inhale, draw the chest forward first, and then take chin to chest, sit back. Okay. So finding that final camel variation. If half camels were difficult, I would just encourage you to take your variation. Thumbs can press in, elbows draw back, or maybe you can take hands to opposite elbows, finding that photo frame created. So whatever works for your bodies here. Good. If you come into full camel, reach back for those heels. Draw the hips forward. Good. And gaze up. So neutralize out the neck. Don't turn side to side. See if you can drop the head further back, lift up through the chin. Final breath here. And then using those hips and the core, draw up, chest to chin, sit back. Find child's pose. Good. From here, let's bring our feet on through. So coming to caterpillar, flex through the toes. Inhale as the arms reach up, fingers. Gaze off of them, and then exhale, begin to hinge forward, chest leads. And then finding your caterpillar, your fold. And then remembering if you're up here, you're tall, that's fine. Or if your hands are extending and reaching further than the feet, that's fine too. So just take up space where your body's at today. Three more full breaths. Good. Rising back up. We'll come into Lord of the Fishes. So, with the feet extended, cross right foot over left thigh. Now you can keep the left foot extending out, flexing through the toes, Or maybe you curl it, bringing that left heel toward the sits bones, toward that right hip. Then we're going to take left elbow to the outside of that right knee and look off the right shoulder. Good. Sit up tall here. So once again, not hunching in, but opening, finding space. And go ahead, windshield wiper out. And then extending the right leg long. Left foot crosses over that right thigh. You can keep it long and extended, flexing through the toes. Otherwise, taking the right heel to the left hip. Sitting back. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Then as you rotate back, inhale, lengthen through the spine, looking off that left shoulder. I like to come up to the pads of my fingers here. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Go ahead, uncross, windshield wiper everything out, side to side. And then finding Baddha Konasana, so butterfly pose. Soles of the feet are together. Draw the heels toward the hips. And then remember and accepting wherever you have space here. Perhaps the heels are digging all the way in, or you have that nice wide diamond. Whatever shape your body creates is the shape that it should be. Good, so never forcing anything in your yoga practice. It's a lesson of life. So not forcing anything in life, just accepting what comes. And accept what comes for the body too. Some days are better than others. Good. Let's entwine our fingers, take them around the pinky toes. Press the soles of the feet together, then open up them like a book. Open them up like a book. Good, draw the shoulder blades down. And then drop chin to chest. One more breath here. And then gaze up. So let's see if we can deepen into this more. Begin to walk the hands forward. Perhaps you're tall this morning or this evening. Otherwise, you can drop down the forearms. Good. And then just lengthen out to wherever your body takes you today. And just allowing yourself to be here. Not holding on to anything anymore. Good. Walk those hands back up. So let's find our seated straddle. So you can take feet to edges of the mat here. I like to just come to the tips of my fingers and lift up my seat here and see if I can take it a bit further open. Good. Actively flex through the toes. So to begin, we're going to send that right hand, so palm up, just over to the left thigh. And I want you to reach with those left fingers toward the right toes. Continue to flex. Don't make yourself reach further by pointing. Flex through that. So you can stay open here. So lifting and looking off that left palm. Or maybe you find connection here, but still opening, still gazing up. Good. 3 more breaths. And then inhale as you come back to center, and then reversing direction. So left hand sweeps underneath, palm is up. You can connect it to that left thigh. And then beginning to reach over. You can stay here, or find connection. Good. And then note how one side might be different. Continue to open up that right shoulder, right chest space. One more breath here. And then inhale, use the core, rise back up to center, and then walk the hands forward. So as you walk the hands forward, actively flex through the toes, and I want you to externally rotate a bit. So not drawing in, but taking the knees out. So toes out just slightly. Good. Then walk the hands forward. And staying for 5 full breaths. You come all the way down to the mat. Whatever works for your body today. Good, one more breath. See if you can release through the glutes, through your seat, not hold tension here. Good. And then walking those hands back up. And then gently close those thighs, close the hips by using your hands. And you can windshield wiper out. Good. Let's come down to our backs from here. So we'll find a nice supine twist. So draw the knees into the chest. And then taking them off to the right. So coming into a rooted twist here. Take that right foot and cross it over the left thigh. So you'll feel it work through the back. Then you can just gaze off those left fingertips. And then take knees back into the chest, uncrossing legs. And then rolling off to the left side. Good. You can stay here, or you can take the bottom leg, so the left leg, and cross it over that right thigh. Then you might need to lengthen and walk that right foot out a bit. But you'll feel it extend the stretch through the side body. Good. And gaze off those right fingertips. So we call this rooted twist. Good, one more breath. And then drawing knees into the chest. And then just connect forehead towards those knees, to the knees. Good. Rolling off the shoulder blades. And then exhale, releasing the body out long. Finding your Shavasana. Good. So really settle in here. Allow the toes to sway out to the sides. Palms can be up, open to receive. Or maybe you take hand to heart, hand to belly. So your Shavasana is the final rest of practice. So you did so much expansion today. You allowed so many opportunities of light to enter as you opened up. So gather what entered, gather that in, and just allow it to fill your body space here. Feel the warmth that your body has created for you, and the connection to every emotion and every feeling, both physical and emotional. Just allow the release to occur. to open up the eyes, open and closing. Then you can wiggle fingers and toes. Reach the hands back and overhead. Point through the toes. Good. From here, draw your knees into the chest. Lift off the shoulders. And then rolling off to the right side to incorporate more energy through the body today. Then rest here. Use the left palm to press you up, coming to your lotus or seated easy pose, so cross-legged position. And let's draw hands to heart. Take a deep breath of inhale. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out. Good. Inhale, fill up. Holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out. Final breath of retention. Inhale, fill all the way out. Hold it. For 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open mouth. Exhale. Bringing thumb knuckles to your forehead. And then just acknowledging the light and the warmth that fills your body, and then sending compassion out into your external world. Bowing it forward. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.